Hey everyone, Craig Rooms here, back with another video. In this video, I'm going to answer one of the questions that was put onto my page down here. Just wanted to know what sort of plugins to make Electro House. So I'm just going to go through some plugins that I use when I make tracks and stuff. So, and hopefully that can sort of give you an idea of what I use. There's so many out there, and I mean, you don't want to just start lashing out tons of cash to buy what you need. So we'll start over here. This is the first plugin that I've got to show you guys. It's by Linear Digital. You've probably seen it on like a bazillion tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that. It's a really good synth. You can use it for lead sounds, for bass sounds, for effects, for tons of stuff. It's really good for that sort of genre. And so I use it for stuff like progressive house, electro, techno, and house. So for value for money, I think this is a pretty good synth, and it's €139. I'm not sure what that translates to, but it's not too bad. It's not too expensive, and the good thing about this also is it's pretty easy on your CPU, so I can tend to stack a lot of these, and it doesn't sort of eat into the CPU of my computer too much. Also, with all the tutorials online, it's really good to people show you how to make different sounds and stuff like that, so you can get an idea of how the synth works. So if I could only have one synthesizer, this would be the one that I'd have. I know some guys out there are like diehard massive fans, but for me, I think this is a really good synth. Next up is I'll do like a drum machine sort of a thing, and it's the AudioRealism one, and I use this all the time. It's really good. You can tune all your kicks and everything like that. Now I've got a hardware version that has all the 808 and 909 sounds in it, so I don't tend to use this as much. But especially if you're working in the box, this is really good. You've got all the sounds in there. Don't have to worry about finding samples. You can tune everything so it's in the key of the track, and so your track sounds a lot tighter. It's really good. It's got lots of sounds in there, and you can just use it as a step sequencer, or you can just use it as like on the piano roll and just use the individual sounds. And this is, where are we actually? Where was it? If we go back one, that's it. And that's €95. So I'm not sure what that translates to again, but it's for what you get out of it. It's better than buying tons of 808 and 909 and 606 sample packs. You've just got it all in the one machine. You can tune everything. So fine tuning an actual sample doesn't tune as well as tuning it on this, which is this seems to be a lot smoother, and you don't get as many artifacts. Next up is a couple of effects that I use. One that I really like, and it's really cheap, and you guys have probably seen a bunch of videos and stuff about it, is the Dada Life sausage fattener, and it's only $29 US. So it's got a little video. If you just type, I'll have all the links up so you guys can see, go and do a bit of research yourself, but this is really good plugin just for put on lead sounds. I haven't really used it as on a drum bus or anything, but this is a really decent sort of sound. Next up, one that you would have seen me use on nearly every one of my tutorials is the CamelPhat, and it's only $42. It's super cheap, and well, at the moment it's super cheap, but it's really good. Can use it to get really good distortion. It's got the filter on it is really good. And then it's got some other like little effects in there, like You got the different filters here, which can be a low pass and whatnot, and then you've also got an LFO section in the middle, so you can also get some cool little sounds going. Going on to something that's a little bit more on the high end, but I use it all the time, is a PSP VintageWarmer 2. I use a PSP VintageWarmer because the 2, for some reason on my computer, I get like a tiny little click every now and then, so I just use the original and it seems to work just fine. I'm not using too much on it. You would see in my tutorial that I did for EQing and compressing drums that I just put a little bit of drive and a knee on there, and beefs up the sound of the kick a lot more. And that one is $149 US. Now that we've sort of gone through and I've showed you what plugins you can buy, I'll show you some really good ones that I use all the time that are free, and it's from these guys at Togu Audio Line. They've got tons and tons and tons of stuff on here. It's all legitimately free, not torrented or whatnot. Ones that I use all the time is the bassline. It's supposed to be modeled off of SH101. It's really good for producing nice raspy bass lines, or you can also do as a layering sort of synth in there, and the chorus, which is really good. It gives that sort of 80s sort of feel to if you put it on pads and stuff like that. And there was a video in Future Music had one of the producers that he uses this one, so even the bigger name guys are using it, so it's pretty decent. Haven't sort of tended to use too much of the other stuff. Use the electro a little bit, but if it goes anywhere in line with the other stuff, it's pretty decent, so you can get some good sort of sounds out of it, especially if you don't really have the money to go out and buy lots of plugins and whatnot. These are all free. You can just play around and sort of work out what the synth's actually going to do, or the effects are going to do. So that's about it. They're sort of my main plugins that I use all the time. The rest of them are pretty much just stock Logic stuff, like the EQs, compressors, and flanges and stuff like that. But I know there's people going to be out there going, oh, he forgot this or he didn't mention that, but these are the ones that I use. So obviously before you start spending money, do a bit of research. You can most of the time get a demo version, which have like a little bit of white noise or something like that you can try out, and then if you like what's going on, you can buy it usually off the website. So hopefully that's answered some questions. Stay tuned for some more tutorials. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page, my Facebook page, SoundCloud and all that. And the remix album will be coming out. It is December 6th now. It will be coming out this Friday. So keep an eye out for that. And all you have to do is head over to my Facebook page and like the page, and you'll be able to download all the tracks from the remix album. Okay, until next time, see you later.